Good morning from the Nasdaq stock market in New York. I'm Stephen Brown. We had a pretty strong day yesterday in the markets, all driven by earnings, and it looks like we're set to continue that today. Looks like the Dow futures are up about 22, S&P up about 1.5, and futures on the Nasdaq Composite up 11 points already, and that's driven by Intel. They were out with earnings yesterday evening, and to say that they blew it away is an understatement. They came in with earnings per share 51 cents versus expectations of only 43. They blew it away on the revenue side. Gross margins came in at 67% versus just 64% expectations. And if all of that weren't enough, they actually raised guidance. So that stock is actually trading up about 6% in the pre-market this morning. Yum Brands, they also came out yesterday, beat expectations. Earnings per shares of 58 cents versus 54. And they actually raised their earnings guidance for the rest of the year. Problem here is they didn't raise their guidance as much as some were hoping. So this stock actually is trading down about 3% in pre-market. It just shows that sometimes good numbers are not always good enough. Also, I want to point out Expediter, a global logistics company. Now, they didn't report yesterday. They came out, but they did come out yesterday with the report indicating that their numbers for the second quarter are going to be much stronger than expected. The key here is that this is not being driven by cost cutting. It's being driven by better volume. So that's a good indication there as well. They were actually up 5% in the after hours yesterday. Now, after the close today, we'll have Marriott. That'll be a good indicator of what's going on with the consumer market. Tomorrow morning, JP Morgan, and then tomorrow afternoon, we'll have Google and JB Hunt. On the economic calendar today, we did get advanced retail sales out. They declined as expected, a little more than forecast. They came down about 0.5% for June, where expectations were for a decline of just 0.3%. But ex-autos, ex-fuel, they were pretty much on target. And that number really didn't move the market futures this morning. Also, the PPI index, producer price index, came in. It showed a decline for June, a little more than expected, coming in with a decline of 1.3% versus expectations of a decline of just 0.4%. This shows that a lot of people are still talking about inflation, but this just shows that there's still a risk of deflation out there on the table. This afternoon, we'll get the meeting minutes from the FOMC meeting from June 22nd, 23rd. That'll be out. Will be interesting, probably not market moving. Tomorrow on the economic calendar, of course, we get our weekly unemployment claims. We'll have the Philadelphia Fed Index, the Empire Manufacturing Index, and the Senate is scheduled to begin hearing the debates on the nominations to the Fed of Yellen, Raskin, and Diamond. And that's about it for today. From Nasdaq's Market Intelligence Desk, I'm Stephen Brown.